After getting promotion last year, Sheffield United were on top of the world. That was until the following season began anyway. They are currently sat rock bottom of the Premier League. They are having an awful year so far. They've also suffered countless humiliating defeats this year to teams like Newcastle United, Brighton, and also Arsenal, just to name a few. The Blades look destined for relegation this year, but guys, I am not going to let that happen. So in today's video, I have become the brand new manager of Sheffield United. And not only am I going to get them out of the mess they're in right now, I'm going to win them their first ever Champions League to crown them the world's best club. But guys, I'm going to make this even more challenging. I'm going to start this rebuild with absolutely nothing in our budget. So if I want to buy players, I've first got to sell a whole bunch of them just to be able to afford to. But with this being the squad that we've loaded into, that is not going to be easy. Strap yourselves in, guys. This is going to be one hell of a challenge. So here we go, guys. Season 1 with the Blades, and as you've already seen, this team is just diabolical, man. Honestly, no wonder they're rock bottom of the Prem. I mean, look at this contract situation as well, man. They are really not making this easy for me, are they? I suppose the only real plus side is that out of 39 players in the team, only 6 of them are 30 years old or above, so we can definitely work with that. But there are some players we can build this team around, like Vinicius Souza. He's 24, 75 overall, and he's a very versatile player. There's also centre-back Anel Amadozi, only 24 years old and 75 rated too. But finally, the player I'm really hoping comes good for is striker Cameron Archer, who's only 21. Granted, he's only 73 rated, but I'm hoping that by season 2, he's one of our best players. But all in all, guys, whilst they do have a couple of players that we can build this team around, there's way more flaws with this team than there are good things with it. But the first thing I'm doing is sorting this formation out. The 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is absolutely spot on for the Blades. There's no wingers, so this one just makes sense. And we are for now going to park the bus with this formation. We may change this in the future when the team comes a little bit better, but with the quality we haven't got in it right now, this is literally our best shot at survival. And after messing with the team a little bit, this is by a mile the strongest starting 11 we can field right now, and honestly, that just isn't good news for us. Remember, guys, we've got absolutely nothing in our budget to work with to improve this team. Now, we do have a lot of players that we could get quite a bit of money for, but they are all our best players, so it really doesn't make sense to sell them just to make money. I mean, we could go for the old players, but look at their market values, man. 2.4 million for Norwood and Fotheringham, 2.9 for Egan. I mean, we're not exactly going to get much for these guys, are we? I feel like for season 1, we are going to have to absolutely rinse this club dry of all the depth we've really got, keep the players that we want to keep in the starting 11 for season 1, and then just go from there. That is literally the only way we're going to be able to do this. Now, guys, after doing a lot of thinking about this, these are the players I've put on the transfer list. Now, as you can see, a lot of players are just going to be straight up sold, but some of these guys are going to be loaned out. Now, let me just explain why. I mean, majority of the players we've actually got on the loan list are still pretty young, so the chances are when they come back, they'll come back a better player, and at the very least, their market value would have gone up. I mean, this doesn't apply to Ollie McBurney. He's 27, 72 overall. We could sell him right now, but I feel like he can grow 1 or 2 this year, and that's exactly why he's going out on loan. But guys, the most important thing is that every single one of these players gets sold or get loaned out, because we've got contracts to sort out, we've got coaching systems to sort out, and most importantly, we've got signings to make sure that Sheffield United survive the Prem. And after managing to sell and loan every player on that transfer list, we have got 22 million in our budget, and honestly, guys, I'm gobsmacked at how much we've actually got. We may just be able to sign some players, get the coaching system up to scratch, and sort everybody's contracts out and still have money left over. So the coaching system has just been sorted, and now the contracts have been as well, and you can see there's only one player's contract that's running out. Adam Davies, he's 31, he's 70 overall, he's going to be nothing more than a backup, so I'm just going to let him leave. And even after all that, we still have 20 million to spend, and guys, whilst I was selling the players, I cooked up a little bit of a plan on how we're going to actually survive the Prem. Now, there's 2 obvious positions we need to sort out, the left back and a striker to partner up with Archer up top, because Ollie McBurney is currently out on loan. Once we sort that out, a better centre back is in order for Robinson, and we do need another centre midfielder. As for James McAtee, I don't know what to do with him. I mean, he's only 20, 70 rated. He won't cost us all that much, but honestly, I'm a bit bit 50-50 with him right now. But we've got 20 mil to spend, and I'm making every penny count, starting with Jesus Gallardo as our new left back. He's 28, 75 rated, and most importantly, he's a free agent. And following him is fellow Mexican Luis Romo, 28 years old, 75 overall. They will probably do a half-decent job for at least 1 or 2 seasons before we can eventually move them on for a little bit of profit. And there we go, guys. Our first 2 signings have officially been done for the grand total of absolutely nothing. Well, let's say they cost nothing, guys. Their contracts cost us 2 million. We've got 18 mil left, man. We can't really afford that. Now, as for James McAtee, I've made my mind up. If I can afford him after what I'm about to do, I'm going to bring him into the team. If I can't afford him after what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bring him into the team. It's as simple as that. And guys, what I'm about to try and do is loan Levi Colwill on a 1-year loan deal with a clause in there where I can buy him at the end of this season. I know it's going to be expensive, but what I plan to do with him will be absolutely worth all the money. Okay, we got a loan to buy option, 2 years. If they go for 1 year, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Now, as for how much I want to pay, his market value is 10 million, so I'm going to go for 8 million just to see what they say to that. They want 13.4. Oh my god, it's going to be more expensive than I actually thought. Okay, Poch, let's play ball. 11 million. Let's just compromise a bit. Let's meet in the middle. They want 13.9. They're sticking to their guns. Okay, let's just drop it down a little bit. Hang on, you've gone high, you cheeky son of a... Get out of my club, Poch. I'm sick of you. 13 million. Don't walk out, please. Oh my god, you're taking the mick, aren't you? Okay, I feel like we're going to come back to this in a week's time and instead move on to what I was going to do after this. Because I'm going to try and go for Yusufa Moukoko on a 1-year loan deal. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. He's not going to get much game time at Dortmund, and right now, guys, we need somebody of his quality. Okay, I'm going to try again for 2 years. 1 year. Why does everybody just want a 1-year loan deal? Just have 2, you cheeky gits. But that's agreed with the club. It just depends now whether Moukoko wants to come over to us now. And thankfully, guys, he is happy to join us for 12 months, and that is officially our striker partnership sorted. Well, guys, we've hit a roadblock. Levi Colwill can't join us out on loan because Pochettino has blocked it. Honestly, Poch, I mean this with all my heart. Get the out of my club. The good news, at least, we've got 18 million to spend, so we've just got to find somebody else. Okay, I found my plan B. Christopher Aguirre, he's 25, he's 76 rated. He probably won't cost all that much as well, and we may be able to afford James McAtee once we brought him into the team. And £10 million later, guys, we have finally got our centre-back situation sorted. And more importantly, 7 million is what we've got left in our budget, so we can bring in James McAtee. I know this is a gamble, guys. He's only 70 rated, but he's only 20 years old, and that market value by the end of this season could quadruple if we get his development plan right. But that is officially our transfer window done for season 1, as we've just spent 2.4 million to make James McAtee a permanent Blades player. And that leaves the starting 11 looking like this heading into season 1 in the Premier League, and honestly, I don't think we've done enough to survive. I mean, I've focused most of the money on bolstering the defense. I've tried to bolster the midfield as much as possible. We've still got a 73 rated fullback, man. That is definitely going to hurt us at some point. And we've also got a 75 rated keeper in Garbage. I mean, he's definitely better than Fotheringham. He could definitely improve, but right now it's not looking good. But considering we started with absolutely nothing, we've done all that to the team, and we've still got 4 million left to spend for season 2, that's actually not bad at all. But are these players good enough to help us survive the Prem for at least 1 season, or are we going to face the inevitable and face Championship football for season 2? Now, regardless of how badly we performed or how well we've done, we can definitely say the team has improved. Look at the state of this, man. The team has really put a shift in. And that means player values have gone up. Moukoko's obviously our most expensive player. We all saw that coming though, didn't we? But Vinicius Souza, Christopher Aguirre, Amadosic, Archer, even Bogle, man, all above 10 million. We can definitely make this work for season 2. But the thing is, guys, as good as this team has become over the course of 1 season, it doesn't mean anything unless we've actually done well in the Prem. And I am genuinely gobsmacked. How the hell are we top 10 in our first season with Sheffield United? FC24 is broke. I do not care anymore. FC24 is broke. We weren't even that far off the top 6. Guys, how the hell has this actually happened, man? We literally made 5 signings and none of them were that good. I mean, to be fair, we did only make it to round 3 of the FA Cup. But we did make it to round 4 of the Carabao Cup, just losing to Arsenal on penalties. What the hell has gone into the Blades this season? I mean, the stats aren't exactly spectacular, but you've got to remember, we are part parking the bus this year, maybe that partner with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is the absolute way to go. I'm in genuine disbelief, guys. How the hell has that actually happened? I thought for sure we were going to get relegated, but apparently this game thought otherwise. But we do have bad news. Mikoku's loan is almost up, and he's by a mile our best player, and if I'm not mistaken, our top goal scorer. And to make it worse, we've got no choice to try and replace him with 4 million in our budget. So one way or the other, in Season 2, we are going to have to sacrifice one of our best players for the greater good of this team. But before we get to Season 2, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you leave it a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Okay, guys, it's now time for the new season with the Blades, and we are still in the Premier League, but we didn't just do it by the skin of our teeth. We absolutely smashed it. But here lies the issue. 4 million is all we got in our budget, and if we want to increase that, we can't do it via competition sales nor player shirt sales. It's got to be via player sales. But after giving it a lot of thought, I'm not going to sell any of them this season, and there's a very good reason why. Look at the age of all these players, man. They're all in their mid-20s, which means they've still got a lot of time to develop, which in turn means they've still got a lot of time to increase their market value. So whilst Vinicius Souza this season could go for 25 million, next year we could get him for 40 or 50. But on the flip side, I don't mind loaning players out, especially these 5. I mean, Oli McBurney didn't go up at all last year. I definitely want him to grow at least 1 or 2 overall before I actually send him on his way. The good news is, though, the loan money has gone into the coaching system, which, as you can see, has vastly improved. So that is a massive W straight away. And I'm counting on them to work their magic, because Benny Traore is the striker I am putting a lot of trust in to be Cameron Archer's striker partner up top. I mean, just look at his development plan. It'll take him 4 weeks to improve. If he can do that all season, who knows how good he'll be by the end of this season. And the best part, because we sent players out on loan, we've got 5 million in our budget, and we're not spending a penny more of that, meaning we'll carry that over into Season 3. But for now, at least, guys, this is how the team does look, and I've only simulated a couple of weeks into the season, and look at the improvement already. Traore's already gone up to 72 overall. Yeah, we're going to have a pretty good season if our players are going to improve like this. And to be fair, guys, we are actually off to a good start as well. 5 points from 4 games. I mean, we're definitely not going to pull off what we did last year, but it would be nice to get a mid-table finish. I just don't want to be anywhere near that relegation zone. But before we check, guys, it's the same thing as last year. The player development has been absolutely second to none. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has put a shift in. And that's not the only improvement this year, guys. Look at their market values as well, man. Maybe next year we pull the trigger on some sales, man, because if we can get the right prices for some of these guys, it'll take Sheffield United to the next level. And just look at the stats, guys. Benny Traore is our top goal scorer. 17 goals, 8 assists, and 42 games. I am so happy I gave this guy a chance. What a player. I mean, those stats we've just seen are better than last year, and so is this team, so you never know. Maybe we go into the top 4 this season. But then again, maybe not. We are 13th in the Premier League, mid-table, but honestly, that's exactly where I said I wanted to finish at the start of this season, so I'm more than happy with it. And this time we made it to round 4 of the FA Cup before the Geordies knocked us out. And we got knocked out in round 3 of the Carabao Cup by Brighton. Honestly, 2 teams I don't mind getting beaten by. But we are going to be taking 5 million into Season 3, but that is going to be the trickiest part of this video. Because no matter who we sell next year, we are going to get quite a bit of money, but the replacement has to be better, because if they're not, we're just going to stay in the exact same spot. And if I'm serious about taking the Blades from 13th in the Prem to winning the title eventually, and of course the UCL, I've got to make sure that those replacements are absolutely spot on. But I'm getting too far ahead, guys. I'm thinking about replacements. I haven't even sold anyone yet, but as you lot can see, I've already made my mind up on who I'm selling from the team and who I'm loaning out. One player I'm definitely selling is Vinicius Souza. He's worth 25 million. He's 82 overall granted, but his development plan has stagnated. His potential has been reached, so it's time to say goodbye to him. And it's the same story with Christopher Azure. He's worth 20 million. His potential stagnated. It's time to say goodbye to him too. And I'm finally selling Oli McBurney. I'm sick of loaning him out and him not improving, so I feel like I'm just delaying the inevitable, so I'm just going to sell him this season. And hopefully once we're done selling everybody, that 5 million can go to like 50, 60 or even 70 million. And after finally selling every single player on that transfer list, we've got a whopping 94 million in our budget. And honestly, that is way more than I thought we'd get, but I'm not saying no to that. But we're not going to have that much for long, as we've got a lot of work to do now that we've sold a lot of the players in the starting 11. I mean, the obvious one is a new keeper in place of this guy. I mean, he's 6-1 rated, for goodness sake. Then we'll need a new CDM and, of course, a new left back. But believe it or not, I'm keeping Trusty in the team. I know it'll take him 25 weeks to improve, but if we hit a bit of form, that'll definitely come down to about 10 weeks. And on top of that, we're in no rush to get to the UCL. We got to take this step by step. But we've got 3 positions to improve with 94 million, and we've got to make sure there's some money left over for next season. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky. But we've started with a bargain, guys. Archie Gray, he's 19, he's 75 overall, and he's showing great potential. And for only £10 million, he now plays for the Blades. And following him is Sevilla's Alvaro Valas. He's 28, 84 rated. The one thing I wanted to improve upon in this team was a goalkeeper, and I feel like an 84 rated keeper is the way to do that. And we are finally bringing Levi Colwill over to the Blades. He's 80 overall at only 22 years old. I do not care about Pochettino one way or the other. He's going to be playing for the Blades by the end of this transfer window. And for the total amount of 59 million on the dot, we have signed both of these players on 4-year deals. And that leaves us with 19 mil in our budget, but we are going to save this till next season because that's our transfer window done. Now, heading into season 3, this is how the starting 11 looks, and I know that we have taken a little bit of hit in quality, but I've invested for the future. I mean, Levi Colwill and Archie Gray alone are very good young players, and I reckon their market value now will be tripled in a couple of seasons' time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting amazing things in the Prem. We've played 2 games for goodness sake and lost both of them to begin with, but we've definitely laid the foundations of success for next season with the signings of these 3 players alone. It's just a question of how we're going to do this year. Well, guys, we've done way better. We are back in the top 10 of the Premier League, and we are not far off getting into that top 6 either. I'm telling you guys, we've turned the corner with the Blades. We are 1 or 2 seasons away from competing in Europe, and we've once again made it to round 4 of the FA Cup before succumbing to Arsenal. And we made the quarters of the Carabao Cup before getting annihilated by Norwich. Oh my god, that's a missed opportunity to get to the semis, man. We should be absolutely destroying Norwich. But look at this team, man. What did I tell you guys earlier? We have set ourselves up very nicely for success next year. I mean, look at Levi Colwill, 3 overall improvement. Archie's got 2 overall improvement. Benny Traore, 6 ratings higher, man. That is ridiculous. And just look at the stats too, guys. Our centre mid, Hamer, and our 2 strikers are banging goals in left, right, and centre. And just look at these market values too, man. Season 4, we are going to have to make a very big decision whether we want to sell up now or just wait it out just 1 year longer. I mean, the only real positions we do need to improve is our centre-back where Romo plays and our right wing-back role where Bogle plays. Apart from that, the team is actually good to go. Maybe we just use this 90 million to try to find free agents in those positions, but honestly, the odds of us finding quality in those positions is very slim, so we are definitely going to have to make a very big decision. Okay, it's the new season with the Blades, and I made a decision, guys. I'm not selling or loaning out a single player this year, and let me just explain why. Luis Romo is one of the players I was going to sell, but he's got 1 more year left in him, and in that year, he may increase in overall, and with that increase in market value, and next year I'm going to make some sales anyway, so I may as well add him to that list. And whilst Jaden Bogle's also a weak link, he's only 25 years old. He's definitely got it in him to go up 1 or 2 more overalls before we have to sell him on. And as for Benny Traore, his market value is definitely going to increase at the end of this season again, because look at how long it'll take him to become better, man. 4 weeks in total. Dynamic potential as well, and truly hit this guy like a ton of bricks. It's the same story with Archer, only 11 weeks to become an 84 rated player, and this is the exact same thing with a lot of players in the team, man. So all in all, if we just wait 1 more year, all of these market values are definitely going to increase. So next season, when we come to sell them, we'll get way more money for them, and in turn get way better replacements. And just look at that already. I've only simulated past the pre-season tournament part, and already Traore has gone to 83 overall. I might sound greedy by doing this, but trust me, I'm making the right decision. Plus, whatever sales we make in season 5, this 90 million is going to be carried over anyway, so we're going to have a little bit more money one way or the other. The question is though, where are we going to finish with the Blades this season? Last year we finished inside the top 10, so he's hoping we can creep up the table 1 or 2, even 3 spots. Well guys, it was more than just 3 spots. We are top 4 in the Prem. We have finally got the Blades playing European football. It's about bloody time. And we did it convincingly, 5 points clear of Newcastle United. Guys, we well and truly deserve it this year. But West Ham knocked us out in round 3 of the FA Cup. And Carlisle United knocked us out in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. I'm sorry, how the hell does that happen? But to be fair, they did make the final, so honestly, I'm not that mad at it. But look at this team, guys. I absolutely made the right call, man. The improvement in some of these players is just absolutely incredible, and it's definitely going to fill our budget and then some next year. And I wasn't exaggerating. 118.5 mil for Benny Traore, 70 for Archer, and 43 for Archie Gray alone, ladies and gents, we are sorted for Season 5. But when you look at the stats, guys, you wouldn't believe we've done so well. 17-5 for Archer, 17-12 for Traore, 11-7 for McAtee, and 9-7 for Hamer. I mean, we are playing part of the boss football, so maybe that is why. But ladies and gents, we've finally done it. UCL football with Sheffield United. Absolutely beautiful. And with that, and also 19 mil in our budget, I think I've timed it perfectly to pull the trigger on some sales. Now it's just a matter of how much we're going to get. And I can give you a rough answer straight away. 186.2 million is a bid we've received for Benny Traore from PSG. But it is worth 157 mil alone, so I reckon we can get upwards to 200 to 220 mil if we play our cards right. Plus, with it being PSG, they're not exactly short for money, so let's really push our luck. 225 million as a counter offer. And they've accepted it first time. I feel like I've just missed out on about 25 to 30 million. But guys, we have just sold Benny Traore for 225 million. And there he goes, guys. He's been an insane player for us, but for over 200 million, we just can't say no to that. And just look at the budget now. 222 million. Pure profit from absolutely nothing. Guys, we are definitely going to have a good transfer window this season. Now, the first two positions we need to focus on is a better centre mid for Romo and a better striker in place of Jebison. And then I'll most likely focus a lot of my attention on this back four, minus Colwell, because I've got a different plan for him. I've been training him to become a centre back. His training is done, and hopefully he goes up to an 85 rated player. Beautiful. So now that means we need a couple of fullbacks, a centre back, a midfielder, and a striker. But fortunately for us, for the first time in this video, we've actually got amazing money to spend, so this shouldn't be too difficult. So guys, let's start this back to front. Milos Kerkez, he's only 23 and already 83 overall. I don't really need to explain this one. He's an absolute beast. And so is Felipe Garrido. He's 23, 82 overall. I feel like him and Milos Kerkez are going to kill it at Sheffield United. And in fairness, they didn't cost much at all, as for a combined total of 65.2 million, they have both signed for us on a 5-year deal. But we do need a centre-back as well, which is where Fofana comes into it. He's 26, 84 rated, and we're going to partner him up with his former teammate, and for only 44.9 million, we have made that happen. And we've still got 100 mil to spend after those three absolutely quality signings. We've only got 2 more positions to sort out as well. So let's this time start front to back. Noah Okafor is the striker I'm going for. He's 27, 84 overall. Those stats look amazing, man. This guy's going to be a demon in front of goal. And following him is Felix Meka for that centre mid role. He's 26, 84 rated. And as you can see from them stats, man, he is the definition of a box-to-box midfielder, and that's exactly what we need. And guys, that concludes our transfer window. As for the grand total of 84.5 million, we've secured both of these players on 4-year deals. Guys, that window has almost bankrupted us. 5 mil is all that remains in our budget, but honestly, I'm not too worried about this anymore. Because look at some of the market values in this team right now. Archer, for God's sake, is worth 86 mil, so we could get 150 for him dead easy. It's taken us long enough, guys, but we've officially got no more reason to worry about finances anymore, man. We're finally home clear. But our job isn't quite done yet. We are in the UCL for the first time with the Blades in Group C alongside PSG, Sporting, and Club Brugge. And honestly, I fancy our chances of getting out of this group quite easily. I mean, just look at the starting 11, for goodness sake, man. This Sheffield United team is the strongest it has ever been under my management so far. I'm expecting big things from this team this year. And we very nearly had the start of dreams, second in the Prem, man. Liverpool were just too damn good this year. 3 losses from 38 games is ridiculous in this day and age. As for the FA Cup, Grimsby Town knocked us out in round 3. Grimsby Town knocked us out. I bet MWS is bloody buzzing with that. And Newcastle knocked us out in round 3 of the energy drink competition. Honestly, I give up with these competitions, man. The FA Cup and Carabao Cup can get in the bin. But in the UCL, we just about make it out of Group C. Look at PSG, man. They absolutely dominated Group C. But our journey ends before it even begins. Real Madrid batter us in the round 16 5-3 on aggregate. But to be fair, it is Real Madrid, isn't it? But realistically, guys, looking at the team, we should be winning trophies now. I mean, our weakest players are Hamer and Garrido, and they're both 83 rated. The good news is, though, guys, if we do want to improve the team, we haven't exactly got any players that we can't sell for a lot of money. We've got the pick of the crop. But these stats aren't exactly impressive, man. 18-4 for Archer, 13-8 for McAtee, 10-2 for Okafor. I feel like a change in tactical vision is the way forward next year. But I suppose the good news is we have got Champions League football for Season 6, so one way or the the other, we are playing European football. But we haven't got much money in our budget to carry over next year. 5 million is all we've got really. So if we do want to improve the team, we've got no choice but to sell some of our best players. So here we are, guys, season 6 with the Blades. And as you can see, I've made my mind up on who I'm selling this year. Gustavo Hamer, Cameron Archer, and also Felipe Garrido. I mean, yes, I only bought Garrido last year, but it'll take him 98 weeks to become a better right back. I simply can't wait that long if we are serious about winning the UCL and the title this year. As for Gustavo Hamer, well, he's 31 years old. We're not really going to get much more out of this guy, and he's worth 28 million, so we can get at least 35 to 40 mil for the guy. As for Cameron Archer, well, he's worth over 115 million, and if we're serious about making serious changes to this team, he's got to be one of the players to go. And it's safe to say we won't just have 5 million in our budget once all 3 of these players have all sold. And just like that, guys, all 3 of those players have officially been sold, which leaves us 200 plus million in our budget, and that is just what we wanted. And it's kind of obvious what we need to spend that money on: a replacement striker for Archer, a replacement centre midfielder for Hamer, and a replacement right back. So let's once again start back to front. Jordan Teze is the right back I'm going for. He's 28, 83 rated. He's never ever let me down in career mid, and I'm hoping this occasion is going to be no different. Following him in the midfield is Habib Diarra from Olympic Lyon. He's 24, 84 rated. He looks like an absolute beast, this guy does. You better believe I'm giving him a shot. And guys, for 68 million, we have now sorted our right back position out and our centre mid position out. We just need a striker now. But we can't just replace Archer with any striker. We've turned him into a world-class striker. I mean, he joined Real Madrid for goodness sake, but that does give me an idea on who we could replace him with. I'm thinking Vitor Roque from Barcelona. The Brazilian youngster is 23, 86 rated. He's supposed to be the next R9, and that is enough for me to give him a go. And there we go, guys. £95.2 million later, we have got our replacement striker in Vitor Roque. And that leaves us with 33 million to spend. And you might be thinking, Goodwin, there's nothing else you need to do. Well, I've just realized there is one more thing we do need to do. We've got a world-class goalkeeper in Alvaro Valles. He's 87 overall, for goodness sake, but our second choice and third choice keepers aren't exactly amazing. So I think bringing in a better second choice keeper is definitely worthy of spending that 33 million on. But I definitely think this guy can do a job. Antonio Gomez, he's only 25, he's 80 overall, and for only 15 million, we have finally got our second choice keeper, and that's our transfer window done. Now, I did say last year we're changing from the part of the bus tactical vision. We're going for the gegenpress this time. Our team is way too good just to part the bus. We need to press now. I just hope it works, as we are once again in the UCL, this time in Group F alongside Leverkusen, Valencia and Rangers, and arguably this one is much more competitive than last year's group stage. But with the team looking like this, guys, I'm not all that worried about the group stage. Hell, I'm not even worried about the Premier League for that matter. I mean, we're already off to a good start. 3 games played and we've already got 2 wins from it. So if we can keep this going, who knows where we'll end up at the end of this season. Guys, we were so close to winning the title. Bloody Arsenal beat us by 1 point. If we'd have lost 1 less game, we'd have bloody done it. There's thin margins, and then there's that. I am actually gut-wrenched about this. But then again, the bottle job's finished state, so that does make me feel a little bit better. We also fell short in the Community Shield as Liverpool beat us 1-0 in the final. But we have won the FA Cup, beating Aston Villa 4-3 in the final. At long last, we finally won a trophy. But we aren't adding the Carabao Cup to that collection as Chelsea knocked us out in round 4. I really should be happy about that, but I'm just not. As for the UCL, it's a different story this year. We topped Group F pretty easily as well, undefeated, may I add. And this time we progressed to the quarters after smashing Celtic 4-2 on aggregate in the round of 16. And we've also destroyed Barca in the quarters as well. We could be playing Milan, Madrid, PSG. Oh, please let us play Madrid and absolutely annihilate them. It wasn't Madrid, it was PSG, and we just about get past them, but we do play Real Madrid in the UCL final. And I've just realised who they've got up top: Cameron Archer. We are going to be playing against our former golden boy. This is going to be a very, very tricky game. But saying that, it looks like the gegenpress worked, because look at our stats this year: 31 and 12 for Noah Okafor and 27 and 9 for Vitor Roque. That's bloody brilliant. And for once, guys, there's no suspensions, there's no injuries. We're going into the UCL final with our strongest starting 11. And you know what, guys? Even though we've only won 1 trophy in 6 seasons, I'm damn proud of this team anyway. We've built this starting 11 without spending a damn penny. Do you know how mad that is? But ladies and gents, we are 1 game away from completing our mission with the Blaze to make them the world's best club. Cup. All we have to do is beat Real Madrid to do it. Oh no, Cameron Archer's away. Colwell can't quite catch him. Can we? Oh, he's just done enough to put him off. Have that. Milos Kirkez is on the ball. A former Real Madrid player as well, may I add. But we found McAtee. McAtee is away, being chased down by Romero. As is the angle too tight? Oh, what a save. McAtee, oh, he was on his right foot as well. That was a great effort, but here comes the corner. Diarra's in there. Gray, Archie Gray. Take a shot, lad. Oh, God, great block. Hang on, whoa, was that a penalty? Penalty to us, that was a handball in the area. Was it a handball, though? Eder Militao, is he? Yes, no? Oh, it was as well, you know. We're going to have Roque on this. Vitor Roque, the Brazilian youngster. The next door 9. Top left bins, top right bins. I don't know what I'm saying, but I knew that I'm about to say this. We are 1-0 up against Madrid in the UCL final. I swear I need English lessons, man. I can't string a bloody sentence together sometimes. But here come Real Madrid. We need to close them down. That is a fantastic save from our goalkeeper. Here come Real Madrid. Corner. That is... Oh, my God. Wait, what was that? What was that? That's offside. Oh, my God. We've just been unbelievably lucky there. We have almost just conceded the goal of the goddamn century. Look at this from Real Madrid, man. They're not letting us breathe for a second, are they? They're gunning for that equaliser, and they may just get it. What a block. Here we come, though, on the counter-attack. Okafor is on the ball. He is absolutely rapid. Look at him go. Nobody's even closing him down. Nobody's even catching up to him. Okafor, no Okafor to make it 2-0. And he has. Look at that for a strike. He takes it basically the entire length of the pitch and makes it 2-0 to the Blaze before the half-time whistle. What a goddamn solo goal from Okafor, man, worth every single penny. Mecca's on the ball now. Oh, that's a gorgeous little through ball to Okafor. We could make it 3-0 before half-time. That is a great stop. And Mecca on the corner. Good delivery here. That's a great ball in. Okafor again. Hang on. Whoa, what's just happened there? Is that another handball? Real Madrid, keep your hands by your sides, lads. Eder Militao again as well. Is it a handball, though? Oh, my... He literally tries to pick it out of the air, man. That is a blatant penalty. We're going to give this one to Roque again. Top left bins. And we're actually going top left bins as well. There we go. Roof of the net. 3-0 before half-time. Jordan Teze is on the ball early in the second half. We are in complete control of this game. Look at him go. Teze could make it 4, you know. We're going to have a pot from distance. Good block. Real Madrid need to be careful, man. We could make this absolutely embarrassing. Oh, my God. What a save. Here come Real Madrid, guys, on the counter-attack. Archer is trying his best. Oh, he's actually got the ball through to Vinny Jr. What a block. And, oh, we got away with that. We've been so lucky against Madrid, haven't we? Jordan Teze is on the ball. Diarra is with him. Can we find him on the return? Oh, my God. What a ball that is to Teze. He's cut inside as well. That was unlucky, man. That was really unlucky. Vitor Roque is on the ball. We're going to take it wide, and we've just cut inside so easily. Vitor Roque, the Brazilian menace. Oh, my God. What a freaking goal. That was just genius from Vitor Roque. A simple ball roll cut Real Madrid's defence in half, and he just makes mincemeat to Thibaut Courtois. And I've legitimately just realised with the 2 penalties and that goal, that is a hat-trick for the Brazilian youngster in the UCL final, and he could get a 4th here, but we're not going to. We're going to give it to Okafor, and he's going to make it fat. Oh my God, this is embarrassing now. Real Madrid are being torn apart by Sheffield United. And there is the full-time whistle, ladies and gentlemen. Real Madrid have been taught a lesson in football by, in my opinion, not only the best team in England, but now officially the best team in the world. We have taken over a rock-bottom Premier League side in Sheffield United without spending a penny all the way to the Champions League final and eventually lifting that trophy. I'm dead proud of myself for being able to do this. But that means our job with Sheffield United is officially complete. But don't worry, guys, if you enjoyed this, you should click right here to watch me do this with Brighton.